Hello, hello. Let's make easy, delicious raspberry scones. My toddler is napping. I don't know how long this is gonna last, so we're gonna go fast. It's 2:30. Let's see how fast we can get these done. Everything is so scary that you're gonna wake up your toddler. So during this parchment paper, I'm like, don't wake up. Okay, just got a parchment paper. We're gonna preheat the oven to 425. I have some organic flour. I'm gonna do 2 cups of this. I know baking you're supposed to be so precise, but I never really am and everything turns out fine. Sourdough, I do use a scale when I do that, but not for just like baking scones or muffins or anything. Next, I'm gonna use half a teaspoon of sea salt. This is a 1/4, so I'll do 2 of these. I'm gonna whisk this up. And normally I'd add my baking powder now too, but I'm actually out of baking powder, so I looked up online, and for 2 teaspoons of baking powder, instead you can do half of baking soda and 1 teaspoon of vinegar. Okay, that lasted 5 minutes. And we have an awake visitor that's gonna be a little helper. Maybe it's the parchment paper, who knows? Okay, Grazi, can you add the baking soda? You put it in. Dump it out. Okay, can you help Mama? Pour it on. And help pour. Good job. So we pour that right on the baking soda so it activates it. Next, you're gonna add 1/3 cup of either avocado or olive oil. Grazi, can you hold this? Okay, pour it in. Good job. Avocado oil. Small spill. This is 1/4 cup of maple syrup. Gonna help Grazi? Next is 1/2 cup of coconut milk. And then we're gonna whisk it together. You wanna do that? Okay. Good job. I'm gonna mix in that baking soda with apple cider vinegar. Maybe I should have put this into the wet mixture. Can you tell I'm a chef and not a baker? Okay, now we're gonna add the wet ingredients into the dry. And this... Whoa! You don't want to mix too much, so just do it until it's incorporated. And then we're gonna add in the raspberries. This is what it looks like when it's starting to get mixed. And now we are going to add the raspberries. I'm gonna use frozen ones. I'm gonna do 1/2 cup. Okay, this is actually more like 3/4 of a cup. Slight detour because we just moved and the new oven, it was smelling weird. And so I was preheating it and it was smelling weird again. So I have it on self-cleaning mode, so I put the dough in the fridge and we're gonna try it in a little bit. But I did check to see how long the dough took to make. Even with a toddler, for most of it, I was able to whip up the dough in 20 minutes. So it's pretty fast. But we'll bake them later tonight and then I'll post what they look like when they're done. Okay, scones are getting ready to bake now. So I added a generous amount of flour, my dough, and I'm going to get it until it's about 1 inch thick around, make it a big circle, and I'm just going to use a lot of flour as I do to flatten this out and keep it from sticking. This is what it looks like when it's flattened out. Since I did refrigerate it, and I don't usually do that, it is looking different. The raspberries are a lot more incorporated. Normally they're just, I think since they're frozen, usually when I incorporate them, they're just not making the dough as pink and not spreading all over. So I think this does turn out better when it's not refrigerated after. But I'm going to cut this into 8s. I'm gonna make 8 different scones. So you cut it just like up high, and then you're gonna carefully lift each piece and place it on the parchment paper. So this is why you want a lot of flour so that it's nice, easy to take off. You can push it together a little if it comes off. There's your little scone. Let's add all of them. They are looking good, ready to go in the oven. I'm gonna bake these for 15 to 17 minutes until the tops are golden. Once again at 425. Scones are done. They look so good. These are just so flaky. Let me see if they're too hot or if I can show you the texture. But I just love how flaky these are. Like the avocado oil makes them taste buttery without butter. And, oh, it's still hot. I love having these on hand for easy breakfast, a little snack. They only have that fourth a cup of maple syrup, so they don't have tons of sugar, and I'm just so glad that I prepped these for the week. Also, again, they will look different if you don't refrigerate them. They'll be a lot less pink and look better, in my opinion. Okay, ignore the Curious George in the background, but I made another round of scones, this time for a girls' night. We're gonna watch Wicked Dancing with the Stars. So this is my a little pink and green board I'm making. But I made a little drizzle, like a glaze, with some powdered sugar, probably like 3/4 a cup of powdered sugar and half of a lemon, half a juice from a lemon. And I'm gonna just drizzle this over these for a little extra sweetness. This is totally optional, but kind of fun.
What'll I do without hungry? Using his sensitive, powerful
These
dog
are the finished scones. I also cut them smaller to make little baby versions. So good. Time for a taste test of one of the uglier ones. Yum, these are so good. Such an easy, healthy-ish snack.